We went over the main type of therapies up to now. To summarize the action points foundation need to take in the preclinical part of their portfolio, I took back the target-based process as reference. What we have seen along the flowchart is create a balanced target portfolio, define target product profile that, in fact, we didn't see it, I will explain it shortly after. Take into consideration repurposing drug testing. If your disease has a complex phenotypic profile, favor the phenotypic screening. And is gene therapy for your disease and where to invest? Be ready with the animal models, taking into account that most of the time, but not always, the FDA needs 2 mammal models, including 1 non-rodent, preferentially big mammals. Why do I make a pause here? Foundation for Rare Diseases are the engine that makes the drug investigation going further. Even if the foundation invests in different stages of drug development, there will most certainly be the need for pharmaceutical companies to take over, either in screening, providing chemical libraries, or later at the most expensive stage, the clinical developments and clinical trials. To convince the pharmaceutical companies to join and invest in your project, you need to de-risk the project. What makes the risk for pharmaceutical company is too high investment in time and money, project failure at early stage, and of course, FDA not approving the drug. So how can we tackle that? When you contact pharmaceutical companies or biotech, they will ask questions to evaluate the risk and benefits they will take to get involved in your field. If you can demonstrate that you have developed a de-risking pharma platform, as they have done at the Children's Tumor Foundation, it will be much easier to get them on board. They can ask you, where are the patients? You need a patient registry, which is important for the clinical trials, but also for the post-marketing surveillance. What about the patient engagement? You need patients as advisors and reviewers. What about the path to approval? FDA endpoints. It will be a global effort with clinicians, patients, and FDA, of course. I will talk about the target product profile and the standardized endpoint for clinical trials, meaning every clinician will measure the same aspect with the same precise methodology. They will ask, are there hospitals and clinicians trained and ready to perform clinical trial? Start working as soon as possible to build a clinic network. Do we have access to tissue? It would be nice if you had a biobank. I know it's expensive, but you can maybe group with other foundations to share the expenses. Do you have a variety of targets? Are they validated? That will be the role of your science director, or you can outsource this service. Another question will be, can we test drug easily? You need a variety of cellular models and animal models. Don't forget that you will need to get good IP agreements to be able to access the models. Start working on it as soon as possible. Do you have key opinion leaders? Organize conferences and workshops. And finally, it would be nice if you had a market model.